you continuously added me for literally 5 hours while I said, hey, Kay, I feel like this is a little bit overboard. And you specifically said, well, if you're just tired of me doing this, then why don't you block me? And I said, well, that's a good idea. And I blocked you. I want to hear Kay. I definitely want to hear about some of the behavior that you've exhibited too.
I was just going to say that earlier we just talked about the whole online thing and how online just is. So, I mean, what do you want somebody to do? We just said that people can't be protected online. Right. So like if you're seeing disrespectful comments in the group, what do you want to happen when you just said, and I think Anton, you did too, about, we're not about to moderate that, but now it's like you're calling the certain people names and all types of stuff. When you also just told Rilla not to protect, like, it seems really contradictory. Like if people are saying rude things online,
the fuck you say to me,
that's
you
just what
shit?
They're doing. Just like you said earlier, when the question was asked, can the men protect the women online? So online, if you don't want to respond, don't. If you want to close your computer, close it, like Anton said. With stuff like that, I mean, I'm not sure what needs to happen.
Well, it's all about, I think, accountability, where your behavior online, your behavior in person, I mean, your behavior is your behavior. And if we're talking about like online and in the group, and what I was stating before, which is unacceptable behavior, I mean, it's unacceptable to be disrespectful to anyone, whether man or woman. If you can't have a solid foundation of a conversation, then you adding someone multiple hours on end is not good. And I'm just bringing that up because that was a situation that happened. And I think we can talk about it.
You told me to add you. I didn't even know you were in the group because, you weren't really posting much. I didn't even know you were in the group. Mm-hmm. I saw a video, like, how I'm wondering when we can let this go, but this might be the final conversation about it, hopefully. But there was a video posted, like a short clip, you know how he posted the little clips. You said something about an alpha male, and hell, at this point, I don't even remember. I think one of the words was placating or something, and then I forget the other word, but whatever. So I commented on the post about that and about anthropology or biology and anthropology classes, and you said at me. I didn't know you were in the group. So when you came and said at me, I started adding you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did. So you made a post about me because I might have misspoke a word.
I think that the original post where the comments were got deleted, and I thought that you were telling me to at you because you were going to answer the questions. So I made another post that asked the exact same questions that I was wondering about. I ask people questions in the group all the time.
I understand. And this is, again, where I'm talking about intent and impact. And this is how we say a teachable moment. That's fine. So you made a post about me. You just kept saying my name. I commented and said, hey, if there's something that you want to talk to me about, you can at me. It wasn't to be combative. It was you posted something as if to try to maybe embarrass me or something because I said something wrong, which is fine. I'm going to say things wrong because I'm human and I'm on here to learn. So I'm going to say something wrong. And if it's something that you honestly had to, wanted to know about me, the intent would have been to at me personally. Courtney, what you mean about this, girl? But the impact of you doing that and kept posting. And then I said, well, at me, but it wasn't just an at. You continuously added me for literally 5 hours while I said, hey, Kay, I feel like this is a little bit overboard. You can contact me personally or, but if not, You gotta chill. Like it's gotta
So
stop.
would
And
you rather?
Hold on. If I can, let me finish.
Go
Kay,
ahead.
okay?
Go ahead.
Thank you. So you did not. You continuously for 5 hours adding me, and not only you, but when we're talking about these toxic women, these women that you hang around, well, not hang around with, but you guys are always adding and liking, these toxic women along with you kept harassing me, where I said, y'all have to stop. And you specifically said, well, if you're just tired of me doing this, then why don't you block me? And I said, well, that's a good idea. And I blocked you because I got tired of it. 5 hours was tremendously too much for someone that you don't know. And then I blocked you. And then what continued to happen days on end, you and the toxic women that continuously still do it today kept adding me and commenting and then it's like, come on.
Can you say that I've added you since that day? Have I added you since that day?
One at a time, ladies.
Please, okay? Because it needs to be addressed. Bad behavior needs to be addressed so we can fix it. So these women and with you kept doing it for days in. After I blocked, then you make fun of me for blocking you. And I was like, well, you told me to do it. Like that bad behavior can't exist. We can't say protect Black women, but then when a Black woman has another different perspective, then you try to embarrass her. You try to disrespect her. And you do these on days in on a public platform where thousands of people are seeing. You can't have it one way and then not do it another way. It's wrong. And with Anton, when he was talking about respect, and I kind of understood it because he was like, you know what, people are going to respect, even if you hold yourself respectful, some people are still going to disrespect you. And that rung so hard to me. And I listened so hard because I was like, you're right. No matter how I try to come into a group or how I present myself, some people are just not going to like you. Some people are not just going to respect you just because I color my hair or I wear a hoop, you know, and that's fine. And I'm learning that and I'm getting that. But however, when bad behavior persists, and I see that that's one problem that women have with being catty amongst Black men for no apparent reason. You don't know me to be. That's something that we need to address and fix. You can't protect all Black women except if she has something different or another view. Then let's go at her. Let's humiliate her and make her feel like trash. That's not right. And it needs to be addressed and corrected.
So we need to make sure that people on the internet aren't making other people on the internet feel like trash. Just to be clear.
I'll be clear. We need to address, if we are able to address the people that are doing it. So therefore, Kay, I'm addressing you. You did it. You should not. And I hope that behavior changes where someone has something different. You're not adding them for 5 hours on an Easter Sunday when people should be with their family. You shouldn't do it.
How you feel about Chicago, Rella?
Wait, before, just real quick.
Go ahead.
If you felt terrible and everything, I don't know you. I didn't want you to feel terrible. And I know that the impact, you just talked about impact versus intent. So I understand you expressing your feelings. Mm-hmm. As Anton, you and as y'all were saying earlier, though, online, people get to talk how they want. Now, I did not curse you out. Bitch. I didn't call you a name. If anyone sees my activity in the group, they know that I ask questions. The reason that I added you is because you told me to.
One time. Not for 5 hours, Kay. What was the intent?
The intent
What's the intent of adding someone continuously for 5 hours straight and then having other people chime in to do the exact same thing? I didn't have anybody
chime in. People are their own people.
Rilla, who do you call the Powder Puff Girls? So let's not be true. You're part of that. You're a part of girls that bully.
Do you think that I text people or call them like, hey, get on this post?
I don't know what you do. All I know is that the impact
well, I'm telling
of it
you,
all,
I'm not.
It's the impact of what you do.
I
Rilla already has a name for you guys. It's called the Powder Puff. That's what he does. And that's what you guys do. And it's the impact. The intent might be to laugh and kiki, but you don't know what impact that is. That's what we need to change.
I understand. And you've been thinking about this post for a long time. So I know that it was affecting you.
Let me just be very clear. I haven't thought about it. I don't think about you guys at all. Like I said, I blocked you. And I only unblocked you because I wanted to see what your intent was for the last show when Kevin Samuels got on. When he gets on, I listen because he always dropped jewels. But I was like, okay, well, let me see her intentions. So I unblocked you just to see what you would have done on the Facebook page. And what happened was the same intent that I took from it.
You should block me again.
You ridiculed. You told, I made him cuss, key. And it's not funny. He dropped amazing jewels. It was amazing conversations, but it was the messages that you put was just, honestly, the intent was not in good faith.
Courtney, you cannot police my online activity.
I definitely cannot, but I can address it once you...
Okay, you just went on and on about the Tawana situation and why people shouldn't be protective of people online, and the world is full of the online community.
I didn't say Tawana's name at all.
Okay, but we were just talking about that. I think Chicago might have brought it up about her being called a B word. You didn't mention the caller.
Nope.
And the
but I'm not talking about Tawana. I'm just saying you can't protect people that's calling in. Someone might call it, the B word, get hung up on, but that's it. They can do that to me.
Mm-hmm. And you also mentioned comments in the group, and that it would just basically be, it's not the panel's really duty to moderate that type of thing. Correct. But now, so what are you trying to say that I need to do? Because you just said it was okay for people to comment. This is the internet.
I didn't say it's okay to harass anyone.
You weren't being harassed. Harassed?
If you're all right, I'm not.
Yeah, don't.
If you're adding someone for 5 hours straight and then they block you and you're still doing it 2-3 days after the fact, what would you call that?
I wasn't adding you 2 or 3 days after the fact.
I
was blocked.
Okay. So again, the question is, let's forget the 2 or 3 days later. If you're adding someone for 5 hours straight and they ask you to leave them alone and you refused, what would you call that?
The internet. Like y'all said earlier.
But protect Black women, right? Keep the same energy on and off the internet. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Put this up.
You good, Courtney? Can that be over, or are we gonna talk about it forever?
We've never talked about it.
This is
the first time that we're talking about it, but I think it's a conversation that needs to be had. And I think that for, again, the powder puff girls or whatever you call them, I mean, it's like, have normal conversations. And I don't know why women do that to each other. I have no idea why that we're so catty. And we're vicious sometimes online or to one another, but we want to be protected. Like it's an oxymoron. And that's an elephant in a room. You want to be protected, but you don't protect others and you don't respect others.
If you don't want to be added, don't come tell somebody to at you. That's a really simple solution.
You're wilding. Okay. You can add someone, but over 5 hours is a little overwhelming.
Okay. Again, you can't police my online
That's fine. I'm done, hun. I mean, I don't have nothing else.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.